Hey busy mom, you can hit your goals this year if you follow these 5 tips that I'm going to share with you today. I'm Kim Cree, owner of Creative Reading Adventures, and I help busy moms foster a love of reading in their homes. The first tip I'm going to give you today, busy mom, is to get a goal planner. I know, you're going to tell me you don't have time to set goals, but you have to make the time, and we'll talk about ways to do that a little more at the end of this video. But I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough through my Powersheets and how I set my goals every year. The second tip I'm going to give you today is to set realistic goals. So everyone's heard of a SMART goal, I think. They are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timely. So yes, if you want to set SMART goals, knock yourself out, that's great. It reminds me a little bit too much of when I was a teacher, so I just set realistic goals. One of my goals this year is to lose weight. Okay, great. I know that I can't go to the gym every single day. I have 4 kids. It's not a realistic goal for me. That's kind of what I'm talking about. But could I take my kids on a walk to the playground every day? I've done playground workouts, like kind of get creative here. But setting realistic goals is the best way you're going to honestly hit your goals this year. So yes, I want to lose weight. Maybe you want to work with a coach. Maybe you're going to eat more vegetables. Maybe you're going to hit 10,000 steps every day. Maybe you are going to do HIIT workouts 3 times a week. Whatever those goals are, if they're realistic to you and you can block them on your calendar, that's going to be the key to getting those goals accomplished. My third tip for you today is to use time management tools. So you are going to tell me you don't have time to set goals, and I totally hear you. I do tend to give up some sleep when I'm trying to hit my goals, which is something I'm working on this year. But set time aside. Maybe it's 20 minutes before bed. Maybe it's 5 a.m. in the morning. Whatever works best for you in your schedule. Maybe it's when you're sitting at soccer practice. Honestly, that's when I get a lot of my goal setting and planning done. But find something that works for you that you can actually look at your goals. I'm going to be honest with you. This Powersheets planner is amazing. It is not my actual planner. I actually use 2 other planners. I know, but hear me out. I use a Google Calendar, which is digital. So when I'm making appointments in doctor's offices, etc., I can have my schedule in my phone, as well as I just am a paper planner girl. If you're interested in learning more about how I use both of those, digital calendar and my paper planner, and how I don't think it's a total waste of time and I can get it down to about 15-20 minutes every week, let me know and I'll drop another video. But you have to come up with a way that now you're going to hit your goals. So here are your goals. Okay, so you're going to work out. When are you going to make that happen? Put it in your calendar, whether that's your Google Calendar. If you're like me and you have your paper calendar, figure out a time when that's going to happen. When are you going to make time for reading as a family? Is it going to be right before bed? What if someone has basketball practice? What if you have Girl Scouts that night? How are you going to work around that? Can you listen to an audiobook in the car? Can you figure out a way to, during dinner, listen to something while you're all sitting around the table eating dinner? Whatever works for your family, but you're going to have to take those goals and now use some type of other tool, your phone, another planner, something, and actually map out when you're going to accomplish those goals. Because I think a lot of us spend the time making all these great goals, maybe in the beginning of every year in January, and then all of a sudden it fizzles out because we don't actually have a plan for those goals. And so let's dig in a little bit to how that looks like setting your monthly, weekly, and then daily goals for your Powersheets planner. But again, I'm telling you, I think you need to actually block it in your calendar to make sure that it's happening. Let's take a look here. To start us off, I highly recommend grabbing some tea or hot water with lemon, whatever will keep you hydrated as you plan. So you are digging right into my planner this year, and I'm going to drop my name right here. I think part of my perfectionist tendencies will come out. Sometimes we overthink, well, I took a, calligraphy class. I want to write my name perfectly. Just write, dig in. This is kind of going to help you set up. What is your big focus? Your career, your faith, your family. Are you willing to give any of those things up to hit your goals? Lots of different ways to think about your goals. These pages are really helpful. I feel like every quarter I come back to some of these and rank, oh, I need to do a little bit more learning this year, or, my house is a hot mess. I need to start working on that. So this kind of helps you figure out where you are and which goals will help you get to where you want to be. There's a lot of mindset work here, and then there's just a lot of ways to brainstorm your different goals. I love to use my colored pens, their stickers. All of this is not necessary to actually start planning your year. So you're going to make your goal and then kind of go from there. I'm going to skip ahead to January, say I've already made all of my goals, and here I'm going to write down important to-dos and on my calendar. So I'm going to start here with like dance recital, basketball games, anything that's going on my calendar for the month of January. Some important to-dos. I know for my business, I want to start making more YouTube videos, so thanks for watching. I know there's health goals that I want to hit, goals to make progress on. What is your true focus in January? And then anything else that's on your mind. This is one of the keys to make your goals actually happen. So this is going to be your tending list. So in January, what are my monthly goals? Well, I know I would like to lose weight. I'm going to just put that as a monthly goal. I'm not going to, like I said, give a number. You can, absolutely. Ways to do that, I would like to walk 5 days a week. I just know that I don't have the bandwidth to think I have to do it every day. I don't want to feel like I'm failing if I don't. So I'm going to write lose weight and also be healthier, right? I feel like that's a popular January goal. I'm not trying to be trendy. It's just something that's always been on my mind. Weekly action items. So to do that, I'm going to track my food and I'm going to walk 5 times a week. And then some daily action items to hit that goal. I'm going to drink 100+ ounces of water. I'm going to journal because I think some of mine is a mindset issue. And I'm going to continue to track my food. Could have really been in either one of these. It's pretty much a habit for me. So I'm just going to check it off each week instead of daily. But think of your daily goals as things that you're going to do every day to hit a larger goal that you might have up here. So at the end of every week, I kind of go through and it's like, oh, how am I doing here? Can I fill in some of this progress bar? My 4th tip for you today is to find a support system. So when I was first starting to use Powersheets, I had a little group of business besties that would get together and we would kind of plan out our goals for the month, our goals for the year. We didn't meet every month. Summers were very crazy with vacations and different things, but for the most part, we really tried to stick to the schedule. If we couldn't meet, we would meet over Zoom. And honestly, this is how I kind of got addicted to my goal setting planners. So it's easier to do it with a friend. Make it a mom's night out. All of you, go to Starbucks, grab a coffee, sit down and plan your goals while the littles are at preschool. Whatever works for your schedule, or Zoom during soccer practice and bounce ideas back and forth. I used to use Powersheets for my business goals, but I've recently started incorporating more personal goals and using something completely different for my business. So it's whatever works for you. But the best way you're going to stick to those goals is to have some accountability and make it fun. Go out, make it social. You don't have time to go out, you have to be home with your kids, put them to bed, hop on Zoom with a friend. It really is easier and more fun to do it with other moms, other friends, and it will hold you a little bit more accountable as well. My 5th tip is to reflect and adjust accordingly. So I can't tell you how many times last year I had on my goals for the month lose 10 pounds. Never happened. I think I got close one month with 8 pounds. It's fine. I feel like that was a little bit high for me, so I am going to reflect and adjust. Instead of giving myself an actual number, I'm just trying to be healthy, right? That means walking 10,000 steps a day. That means tracking my protein. That means watching my portion size, staying away from sweets, trying to eat more whole foods, whatever that looks like for you. If you are trying to get into an exercise routine, maybe some of your daily habits are to lay out your clothes before you go to bed the night before. Some friends I know sleep in their workout clothes. I personally love my pajamas too much to give them up, but whatever works for you. If it's not working, one of my favorite things about Powersheets is to sit down and go through at the end of every month and talk about the good things, the bad things, what's working, what's not working, and just kind of reflect and adjust. And again, going back to tip 4, if you do those with friends, it's just so much fun and easier to stay on track. So let me know in the comments below, are you going to use a goal setting planner this year? Which one are you going to use? And if you want to see more of my planning process and how I take these goals, stick them into my paper planner, and how I incorporate it all into my Google Calendar, and honestly less than 15 minutes every Sunday, setting myself up for success. Here's to you, busy mom, and hitting all those goals that you have set for yourself in this upcoming year. Happy planning!